Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we can take a look inside this beautiful kit, which is Eduard's new release, the limited edition 1/48 scale P-51 very long range Tales of Iwo Jima. Hey, Richie here from RW Hobbies. Today we're going to look inside this box. As I mentioned earlier, is a P-51D from Eduard. This is a limited edition box set, and they brought this P-51 out in several different flavors and varieties over last year. I think at least 4 or 5 different boxings, and I'm sure there's more to come. So, limited edition box set, as I mentioned. Just look at this. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 12 different schemes. Very beautiful markings on here. I wasn't going to buy this, to be honest with you. I'm more into the modern jets, and I actually mentioned somebody on my channel too how I'm really focusing on modern stuff. But I couldn't really resist this. It's a limited edition. I know if you don't pick these up now, then you may never get them in the future. And just these markings, just again, some really nice ones. Hold it a little closer, you can kind of see. We'll look at a little bit more detail in the instructions in a little bit. And as you can see, it's kit number 11142. And on this side, you see what's included. So it's a limited edition, so you get a 12 marking options, color photo etch parts and painting masks, wheels and rocket pods, resin, and you get a metal pin with the emblem of the 78th Fighter Squadron, which is something a little unusual. Okay, I haven't actually looked inside this, so let's open her up and see what we got. Okay, so we have a bag of sprues. We have the clear parts on like the wang wheel, as you always get with Eduard. Another sprue, the wings. A few resin parts. The pin, which we'll look at in a minute. Instructions. Nice big decal sheet. We have a mask set for the canopy and a little bit of photo etch. And there's a color photo etch for the cockpit. Again, we'll look at all in more detail. So that's what you got. Here's the instructions. As always, I'll kind of go through pretty quick. If you guys want to like look at it in more detail, just pause it and go from there. But we start with a couple of pages worth of kind of background information. Then, let's hold it up a little bit so you can see it. We start with the seat and the cockpit tub. One thing I should note too is you can see there, I believe, yeah, the blue parts on here you don't use. So you can see a lot of the stuff you're not going to use on this kit. That's just because, like I mentioned earlier, they do several different versions of this kit, so they probably maximize the sprues and whatever as possible. Also, for example, here the wheels are plastic, but you're getting resin ones, so it's saying don't use the plastic, just use the resin ones. So you do have the choice, I guess, that kind of stuff. Different propeller versions, that kind of stuff. So just be careful what part you're using. Like I say, you have a bunch of stuff left over. Okay, then moving on, we're putting the cockpit tub in and sandwiching the fuselage halves together, and we're doing that spar system for the wings. Then building the wings up. And the wings attaching, as tradition with most props, is attaching to the bottom of the fuselage. Then you're working on the tail section. Then that cockpit PE looks like, okay, so it looks like that goes in afterwards. So it looks like you get the tub in first, and then the PE. One thing to notice too is, or to mention too is, you can see the cowlings all closed up. They do an aftermarket resin engine for this too. So if you want to go down that route, you can open it up and have your engine on the show. Okay, then that's the instrument panel going in. Also note here too, it's we're looking at here, that's different panels and stuff. You've got to kind of make your mind up before you start which version you're doing. You see it's alphabetical here, so if you're going for a certain amount of markings, you're going to do a certain type. If not, you can go, that kind of vice versa. So just, again, make your mind up before you start, and then just follow the ladders and the instructions. Following through, a few lumps and bumps and aerials and stuff. Wheels and gear. That tells you how to master canopy. Again, I noticed on that wheel there were a lot of different canopies on here. So yeah, so you got 3 different canopy versions. So you're gonna have 2 left over. You're using this one for the the D variant. Flaps, so you can have them down. And the prop. And the canopy. And the fuel tank. And then we move to the beautiful markings. So A, you can read that, but this is the first one. Iwo Jima Summer 1945. B, Saipan. Very nice. C is Iwo Jima, August 45. D, Iwo Jima 45 again. D, Iwo Jima May 45. F, Iwo Jima Summer 45. G, that's the last one, right? That was more. G, Iwo Jima July 45 again. H, Iwo Jima March 45. I, Iwo Jima July August 45. J, Iwo Jima June July 45. Quite like this one myself, the Fighting Lady. And finally, well, actually two more. K, I guess I don't know how many my alphabet. So K, Iwo Jima July 45. Again, really nice one with those stripes on the back. Very cool. And L, finally, this is another nice one. So How Mistake, is that what it says? But this is Iwo Jima July 45. So pretty much all Iwo Jima, that kind of time period. What's nice here too is it tells you, obviously with the Mustang it's not all metal, some of it's silver. So on this diagram here you can tell where to paint it, which is natural metal and which is silver. Which is really nice. Stenciling positions. And stencils again on the back. Really nice, really fat, chunky instruction sheet, but actually most of it is probably half of it at least is probably markings. So you see, what the nice thing about this kit is all those markings you get. So let's go straight in there. Now, I'm a little disappointed recently with Eduard, if you see my recent reviews, because they've gone from Cartograph to their own in-house, and their in-house is nowhere near as nice as Cartograph. The Desert Bay was really a bit of a hot mess. It was all out of register and not very colourful. And so let's see how this one looks. Fingers crossed. So yeah, this one is an Eduard again. Okay, this paper's really kind of stuck on. So it looks okay. I mean, it's satisfactory, but if you look closely, I'm not sure you can pick up the camera, but the colors aren't very vibrant. Like the blue there is a little kind of, to my eye, you can see it's a little patchy, kind of washed out. I guess if you're doing weathered aircraft, it would kind of fit in okay. But it's not as nice as Cartograph. The bold, vibrant colors. This is acceptable. No problems with this one. It's just, again, it's not. Eduard isn't Cartograph. And in fact, they brought this in house. It's actually a little bit of a disappointment to me. But you can see all those different markings there, tons of them. And then we get to the stencil data. This is really zoomed in now, so you can, just to make out the words, I guess. And the stencils. Then again, the stripes. We see it there. The color is, the color's on there. It's in register, but again, the color isn't bold. It's kind of like a little faded, kind of, like the ink washed out a little bit. But nevertheless, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's not Cartograph, 10 out of 10, but it's not as good. But it's acceptable. It's doable. There's certainly a lot worse out there. Again, my rant here is I just wish Eduard, I guess trying to save money and stuff, but their in-house stuff product isn't as good as the Calligraph. Okay, photo etch. I need to get this out, but it's a cockpit photo etch. You have 2 instrument panels. Assuming there's different versions here. You've got some straps, seatbelt straps, and other little things for the cockpit interior. Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to get this one out. But mask set, die cut for the canopy, and we've got a few little photo etch parts here. Resin parts. You got, looks like exhaust maybe for the engine, and you've got the wheels. Rocket racks. Sorry, these are rocket racks I'm looking at. Duh. So rocket racks and the wheels, really nice. So it'll be an upgrade put in the plastic. Resin you get. This is really unusual, which I really dig. A little pin badge. I mean, not many. Eduard used to be cool doing. I mean, they were all class kits, and certain kits used to come with like beer glasses and nice framed art, well, like prints and stuff. They really kind of dialed it back last couple of years, so it's nice to see them bring back some of these little things. Like, it makes a big difference, like these little pin badges and stuff. Again, apologise for the finger. I'm painting today, so put yellow and black all over my hands. Okay, that's first up, spruce. And as you expect with Eduard, look at that beautiful rivet and very delicate surface detail. Very, very nice. Very cool. Clear parts, as they often do, just throw them these like wagon wheel things. With them all attached on, you got the lights and various bits and bobs. And I got one broken off. Hopefully that isn't what I'm using, but there's 3 different canopies on here. Glass is really nice and clear, no problems there. Put this back in the bag so it doesn't get damaged. And the main bag of bits. Oh, quite again, a few pieces broken off. That's the problem when manufacturers put all these like bust bags full of plastic, stuff does get broken off. So it is nice to see them kind of individually packed. So yeah, unfortunately a few bits are broken, but it should look okay, don't look damaged. And here's that beautiful fuselage. If you can kind of see that in the light, there's tons of detail on there. On the inside, nice and clean too. Just nice, good plastic. Here's the kind of for the wing struts. It looks like the wheels. Again, you're not going to use those wheels, but you can see the difference between the plastic and the resin I just showed you, which is a really nice upgrade in here. A few other little bits. Okay. It's like the cockpit floor, seat. You don't get a resin seat with this, it's a plastic seat, but there's kind of part of it right there. There's your instrument panel. Again, you got the photo etch. I see a blank instrument panel, so I'm assuming you use one of these and add the photo etch to it, save you sanding off the detail on the ones above. That looks like maybe the sidewall of the cockpit. I think it goes this way. Very nice. Spinner. Props. Different versions. It's that seat. Okay, very cool. Fuel tank. So different types again. And finally, it's like more fuel tanks. And we've got some bombs and stuff. Rockets. There's your rockets. Really nice. And a couple of bits broken off. Random bits, I'm not sure exactly what they are, but well, this is obviously a propeller and this like box thing. So there you go, that's the kit. Typical Eduard, you know, it's their own. If they're not reboxed it's their own kit. The plastic, it looks really nice. It looks really nicely fine detailed. The instructions look pretty clear, and it's nice that you get all of those different markings. 12 different markings in this, which is fantastic. Also, I don't even mention it, but I see on the side of the box there as well. It's officially licensed by Boeing, if that means anything to you. But that's it too. So good. Looks like a cool kit. Limited edition. There are tons of different versions out there, but if you want these markings and that pin badge and the rest of the goodies, and this is probably the one to go to for you. But that's pretty much it. So thank you. This is Richie from RW Hobbies. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.